rocket batteries go. It sounds a bit like Jurassic Park here. He's a bit pissed off. Now I know in the past couple of videos we've shown Louis' engine being built, so today it's gone in, so we're actually ready for the first start. So Dave's just going to put the bumper on, which is a bit premature I think. But hopefully everything should be alright. We're just going to disconnect these coil packs, get his battery on, and then crank for oil pressure for two long cranks, and then first start, and hopefully it should fire right up. Now similar to Chris, he has gone for the red rocker cover, but what I find really funny is obviously he's got this, and you can't really see much, can you? So, but yeah, he might run it without. I think it looks better without, to be honest. I'm not a fan of these plastic things, but so yeah, anyway, we've got oil, we've got water in, so we keep it open because obviously as the water pump goes round it will take water out, and then on the first heat cycle that'll obviously thermostat will open and then it'll take all that water. So we have got water on standby, or coolant should I say. So yeah, we're going to disconnect the coils now and get its first start going. Okay, here we go for crank for oil pressure. Okay. Oh, coils go on. Errors are on obviously because the battery's been off. Things like steering and stuff, if we go lock to lock. You see our steering's gone off. Time monitor, I mean we've got the wheels on at the moment, but we need to sort that out. Airbag. Obviously the bumper's off, so we've got our pedestrian crash sensors unplugged. So good. There we go, tipping over like a champ. A little too coffee shop. So that basically just shows that we've got a valid shaft time perfectly. No movement. Just waiting for the Yo, what's going on? Aries was a gang. Welcome back to the channel. And yeah, Chris's build. So Chris's car's just over there. So we're doing running miles on it now. 2 cars in. Thought I'd show you some interesting things as usual. So we just pulled the engine on this. This has got bugger crank, cylinder 3. And we had, guess which cylinder is fucked. Dave said cylinder 2. I said cylinder 3. Ah! I win the teddy. And then we've got Jason's Golf R, who his engine went pop. But this is really interesting. This I thought I'd show you what exactly happened. So basically, it was running on 3 cylinders, I think it was, and you can just see the cylinder bore there. That is actually really noticeable. You can really feel that. But yeah, so what happened? Well, if we look at its pistons, you can just see there's something that's been bouncing around in that cylinder. We've got marks on the cylinder head as well. So that's cylinder 4, and then cylinder 3 we can just see on the end here again. So it's twatted the cylinder head between the piston and that. We couldn't work out what it was at first. I mean, we obviously knew something foreign had gone into the engine, but its turbo blades were fine. So I know we had this car quite a dodgy tuning place. That's another story. Bolts fucking in the wrong places, missing. It was just shocking, really, to be honest. But anyway, so what happened? So these were spark plugs. These are 8s. However, it's not the 8s we use. We use 74388s, which is these. We have the slash sort of cut diode there, if you can see in comparison. So yeah, anyway, so I know what some of you are thinking, the tips fell off. Well, you're wrong, because if you look, the actual ceramic has come away inside the plug. I mean, this can happen, so there's a good one there. If you just see the ceramic up to the diode, if you look there, it is completely gone. So whether it got too hot or whether it's defect spark plugs, it was on 2 of them. I mean, yeah, the sort of cylinders do show that it has got really hot. But anyway, yeah, so basically the spark plug, the ceramic had broken off and obviously gone into the cylinders and was just rattling around in there until it probably exited the valves. But yeah, that's what caused the damage. So we're looking at this block, because bear in mind we, I mean, he's getting his engine built now, obviously. But we're just looking now to see, because we obviously bore this out by 0.5mm. Looking at it, it should clean up that once we oversize it. But we'll find out. But yeah, so that's what happened. So that is why we've got all these marks in here where the ceramic is bounced around and crushed, because this surface here on the outside edge goes really close to the cylinder head. I mean, we're talking like microns away. And obviously this is the combustion chamber here. But yeah, you can just see at the top as well, bit indentation there. So yeah, that's interesting, isn't it? So yeah, he's having a fully built engine now. I bet he's itching to get this back, and then we're sticking methanol injection on it, then getting it mapped with rolling launch, switchable maps, so we'll have high boost, low boost, methanol depending. And this guy, so yeah, I'll show. I mean, you've seen in the video, is basically cylinder 3 rod knocking. So this guy is getting fully built. However, this is a stock, completely stock. So you're building his engine. We've got an intercooler to fit, downpipe, fuel pump. You know the drill by now. But anyway, yeah, I thought I'd do this video because we are breaking in Chris's car at the moment, breaking miles. So I know a lot of you are asking for noises and sound clips and stuff like that. We're not going into boost, obviously, because the engine's not fully bedded in yet. But yeah, I thought I'd take you on a little journey in the Cupra. So let's get it. So here we are in the monster Cupra. I thought I'd take you through our running in procedure. So yeah, basically we take it steady. I mean, we're on 31 miles at the moment, so we're just staying under 3,000 RPM and just driving around like you would driving your nan around. What we do try and do is just vary the revs, even on a straight road. So what we're doing when we're bedding an engine in is we are bedding the rings to the cylinders and obviously the bearings. So yeah, so we just go easy. I mean, as you can see, the oil temperature, so this is one of the things I do, is always have oil temperature on the dash, just so I can see how the temperature the engine's getting, staying. And after each trip we will scan the car for faults, we will check coolant, check oil, just checking for leaks in general. So yeah, so we have got the Hell oil cooler on this, and we've got an 82-degree thermostat. And I've already spoke to Chris, and what we've discussed that maybe an 82 is a bit too much, considering well, Chris will be sort of daily driving this, because the oil temperature is staying really low. I mean, we're on 65 degrees, 66 degrees. You can just hear him just tapping down on the throttle every now and again just to get a lower gear. To take it down a gear. So yes, that's what we're after. We don't want to stay consistent revs. We just want to go up and down the revs. But yeah, I think the car is running too cool basically. I mean, before you put your foot down in any of these cars, stock engine or built engine, ideally you want the oil temperature at least 85 degrees. That's when oil will be at its optimum. So yeah, I think we're running a little bit too cool. So yeah, so I've just changed down gears manually. It's got one of these horrible pop and bangs maps, this. Which I'm sure Chris is going to change when he gets to Ben. So yeah, Ben's going to be running, well, Ben's going to be putting Cyvex on this. Which, if you know, you know. Whole host of tricks you can do with Cyvex. But one of the reasons why we run these engines in is, as I've said in previous videos, not everyone's attuned to how the engine should sound. And if there is an issue, like a noise that shouldn't be there, not everyone is going to listen out for that noise and understand what it is. So that is why we do our running miles. And I've already spoke to Chris about this as well, but the gearbox map on here, I mean, bear in mind we got a DQ500. I believe it's TVS, but it's so jerky and just weird low down. I mean, obviously we drive all the other big builds we've done. The drivability is still there low down, so I'm not quite sure what's been done with this gearbox map, but. And you can hear the typical big calipers squeaking, big brake kit, just like the RS brakes. Very squeaky. But I must say, the noise from this turbo, I'm not sure you're going to pick it up on camera, but just it's spooling up slightly. Yeah, you can hear the brakes, can't you? Yeah, the noise of that Garret is absolutely lovely. I mean, it's worth the build cost just for that, because of that sound. So yeah, I just thought I'd do a quick video on our running in procedure. So yeah, so at these low miles, as I said, we're sort of granny driving, listening out for noises, variating the revs, especially on the motorway and stuff. And then once we break 150 miles, we'll start taking it up to 4,000 RPM. And again, just variating the revs. Then once we hit about 350 miles, we start gently taking it into boost. Nothing major into boost, but yeah, 350 miles we'll start introducing boost to it. Then obviously we get to 500 miles and we drop the oil. We'll take the sump off, have an inspection of the underneath and the bottom of the pan. God knows what that guy's doing. I mean, you can see now we've been in traffic at 78 degrees, which is still fairly cool for these engines. I mean, stock they usually run about 98 to 104 degrees. Well, you'll watch it. 79 now. We'll see it come down as the cooler kicks in. I don't know if you can hear that turbo, but it's just lovely. We're just coming up now to, there's a bridge with like walls either side, so you might hear the turbo. Yeah, you just pull out. Well done. Let's see if you can get some turbo noises. This is lovely. Lovely noises coming from that GTX 35. Yeah, once running's done, we're gonna have a few videos booked in with this, with a couple of YouTubers that you might have heard of. Well, you definitely would have heard of, to be honest. I'd say that is a good month away. Anyway, short clip. So yeah, not a mega interesting video, but we have got a lot of content coming up. I mean, obviously Chris's, we're going to hand that over pretty soon once we've done a few little jobs on it, finished it off, done the break-in, we dropped the sump, obviously check everything, which we'll probably do a video on that, and then we can hand it over to him, and then it's going down to Devil Developments to get mapped by Ben Parsons with a Cyvex ECU. We're going Cyvex on that, so that's going to be really interesting. Anyway, thank you for watching the channel. Thank you for all the support and latest subscribers. Hi guys, thanks, really appreciate it. And yeah, we'll see you on the next one.